Welcome to Tntspices, everyone. Today we got something special. This is a dish that gets made for the holidays, for special events, or just for any occasion, because it's good old eats. We're going to make a pernil. We're going to do a Puerto Rican style pernil.
Se para el tiempo en Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico.
What's a pernil? Well, as you see in front of me here, this is a picnic pork shoulder. We're going to show you how to cook this up, and this is something you'll love. To start our pernil, I've taken the shoulder out of the package. We've patted it off. First thing we want to do is this has a fat cap on the top of it, and actually a little on the side as well. We want to score this fat cap. We're going to do a crisscross pattern. Now, this is a very tough piece of skin.
I have tough skin.
You need an extremely sharp knife. In our case, instead of using a boning knife, I have a fillet knife that's probably the sharpest thing I've got. And I'm gonna score this all around. After making our checkerboard, we're next gonna turn this over. We're going to take a knife. We're going to put some garlic cloves all throughout this pork. We're going to take our anger out. We're going to chop some big holes throughout this. It's like the movie Psycho. After jabbing the heck out of this pork shoulder and shoving all them garlic cloves in, we're next going to begin seasoning this. Now, this is a very large chunk of meat, so we can be very liberal. To begin, we're going to start with our all-purpose SPG seasoning.
Delicious, so delicious.
Now that we have our SPG all rubbed in, we're now going to take our Norma's Latin rub. We're going to give a very good coating of this as well. Now, that's not it. We haven't finished. Here, I have a half a cup of what's called sofrito. We make homemade sofrito. I'm going to give you guys the recipe right here. We're going to take this half a cup, we're going to pour it right over top, and we're just going to spread this onto our meat. Now, we have our sofrito on. If you notice, one thing we didn't do was season the skin side. We're not worried about seasoning the skin side. We want to leave that untouched. Right now, we're going to put this in our refrigerator. We're going to let this marinate overnight, so that these flavors can get into this big chunk of meat. So we'll see you tomorrow. It's the following morning. We've brought our pernil out to our smoker. Our smoker is set at 185 degrees. We are going to allow this to smoke out here at this temperature for 2 hours. Then we're going to come back and change it up.
2 hours later.
We're now coming back out to our pernil. I have 2 bottles of Corona. We're going to add that to our pernil. We're also now going to wrap this good and tight. Now we're going to raise the temperature of our smoker to 350 degrees. We're going to allow this to cook an additional 4 hours.
Several song-filled hours later.
We are next going to remove the foil that we placed on this. Oh, that smells amazing. Now, we want to crank up the temperature of our smoker. We're going to raise this even further this time to 425 degrees.
It's getting hot in here.
I want to try to crisp up this skin. So we're going to probably give this anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. I'm also adding a glass of water. Because we're raising the temperature, I don't want all of our juices to completely evaporate on us.
2 hours later.
Our pernil is ready to come off the smoker. Let's take this into the house. We're just going to allow this to rest. We're going to place our foil back on just loosely. We're going to give this about 15 minutes to rest. Now that we've let this rest, let's see how we've done. I think we can call that a success.
The crispier, the better.
Now, we didn't do much with seasoning that skin, so we're going to add one final touch. I've got some spray on olive oil. I'm going to give it a quick spray. I'm going to take a little bit of adobo seasoning. Now we're ready to pull this apart and serve this up. Our meal is complete. We added some pineapple rice that we have a video to, along with a pineapple salsa that we have a previous video for. This way you can get the recipe and add that to this meal. We have our crispy chicharron along with it. You will love this meal, everybody. We thank you, as always, for joining us here at Tntspices. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, to all of you out there, God bless you.